So you can go ahead and show them what we've got.
Yes, what I've got is a pretty little happy fall. I just love these colors, and this I got from Craft Outlet. And then I've got my cloth pumpkin here from Hobby Lobby that I'm going to be using. And like she said earlier, it is an 18-inch grapevine wreath that we're using. And then I'm also going to use a few of the small pumpkins that match here. These came in from Hobby Lobby also. This came in actually a little bag that had some little white pumpkins as well as these. So, but I'm not going to use the white pumpkins. I'm just going to be using these. And let's see, we're going to go with 3 ribbons tonight. I've got 2 4-inch wired ribbons that we're going to be using, and then a black check here that we're going to be using. So, and the black is a 2.5 inch. So I think it's going to be pretty. I wanted this one to kind of feel like kind of airy and with a lot of wildflowers in it. So that's what we're going to be using. Hey, Cindy and Suzanne.
Hey guys, let us know.
I use a stem for the pumpkin? No, on this one, Suzanne, I didn't. I just literally pinched the material together like this right in the bottom, and then I just stuck my wire straight through it and wired it right to the grapevine wreath. So no, I didn't put a stem in that one. Now we will be putting some in our little pumpkins because these have the styrofoam in them, but this is all cloth, so that's why I didn't use a stem for this one.
Hey Debbie, thank you for joining us tonight. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start making our bows. Did we want 1 or 2 bows tonight?
I'm going to use 2.
2 bows, okay.
The second one's going to be just real small with just 1 loop each.
Hey Lori.
Color.
So I have some really pretty ribbons that I'm going to use.
Hey Anita and Bobby.
These are actually 4-inch wired ribbons.
Yeah.
These came from D. Stevens. They're really pretty, really good quality ribbons.
Exactly. And if you have not checked out their ribbon selection, you need to, because they are gorgeous.
And then I have a checked 2.5-inch wired ribbon. And I am going to be using my Bodabra. And thank you guys who are sharing this. I really appreciate it.
Yes, we do. With the way that Facebook has gotten lately, they're not showing things as often, so it really does help us when you share. So we appreciate that.
Hey Pam. All right, so I am going to make my tails about 18 inches. They'll be 18-inch tails, so 36 inches.
Let's make them just a little bit longer because I'm going to curl them. Yes, I thought I put them over there. Here they are. No.
Okay, so I'm going to make them a little bit longer.
Yeah, just a little. Not too long, but that'll work.
Yeah, and the ribbon came from D. Stevens.
Yes.
You can find them online.
It's just the letter D. Stevens.
Stevens.
Yes.
I don't know if you guys can see that, maybe. Hey, Rita and Mary. Hey, Michelle.
Go ahead and add.
So I'm just going to dovetail my ends. All right, and so like I said, I'm using a Bodabra. So for the 4-inch ribbon, I'm just going to go ahead and cut both of the tails, and I'm going to do them the same length.
And most of the flowers that I'm using tonight, I did get at Hobby Lobby. So I'm looking to make sure. Yes, most of them I did. There's a couple that I'm using that I got at home, but most of these came from Hobby Lobby.
Thanks, Connie, for sharing. I appreciate that.
We really do.
See. Hey, Mary. I hope you're doing good tonight. All right, I am not seeing comments in order. All right, so If you guys are new to our channel, I'm Amanda. This is my mom, Sherry. We
Hi.
are wreath designers at Grace Monroe Home, where we make the ordinary front door extraordinary, and we know that you can too. And so we thank you all for joining us tonight. We are making a really fun, funky fall wreath.
Yes, we
So
are.
I know you guys are going to enjoy it.
Right now, I'm just adding some wildflowers around while
Can I see
she
your phone?
makes the
Because
bow.
we're not getting,
We're
not
you know, I
getting-
don't know what I did with my phone. I may have left it in the house. No, here it is. It's in my pocket. Yes, I don't know why. Sometimes it just will not show us the comments. So I do not know why it does that, but here we go. Let's see.
Alright, so I'm going to save this one for a little bit later. Hey Bonnie, thanks for joining us. Able to see a few comments. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and put my 2 long tails in the Bodabra.
Now, I don't know if you'll be able to see them or not, but hopefully that will help.
Alright, I think so.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to do about 6-inch loops on each side. And I'm not measuring, so I'm just eyeballing this. Thanks for sharing, Cindy and Rita. Thank y'all so much.
That just really does help.
Actually, you know, I'm going to put the striped one first.
Oh, yeah. I had to stop and see what you were talking about. And as often happens, we had a storm that started to come up a little while ago, so I was afraid we were not going to be able to get on, but fortunately it stopped. So
Alright, this is a really thick ribbon. Like I said before, this ribbon came from D. Stevens. It's really thick,
Yes.
nice, very high quality ribbon, but it is thick. So you really have to work with it.
And make sure if you check out their ribbon that you look at their clearance, because some of theirs is a little higher priced, but their clearance prices are pretty good. So make sure to check those out. Here's a couple of other ones that I'll just show you. I cannot wait for Christmas to use this. See how it's got the gold on one side and then the red velvet with the gold mixed in. That is gorgeous.
So those of you that are just joining us, thank you so much. We are so blessed to have you guys here. We're making a really fun fall wreath on an 18-inch Grapevine Wreath base. So if you are new to our channel, just let us know in the comments. If you're a first-time watcher, or if you're not new to our channel, let us know that you're watching in the comments and where you're watching from. I was going to show you guys this ribbon too, which I think is really cool. This is the jelly ribbon that's it's new this year, and it's just
Yes.
really cool. You know, like those jelly shoes that my little girls have.
Yes.
And I remember having them when I was little.
Yes, you did.
So look at that jelly ribbon. Isn't that cool?
Isn't that neat? And it really, I was, you know, didn't know how it was going to do in a bow, but it actually is easy to loop and everything. So,
And somebody is asking if you need a tax ID to buy from D. Stevens. That's a little bit short.
I'm not sure, to be honest. I always put ours in, and I don't know. I'm sorry, I really don't know.
We'll check on that for you. And
I
we'll let
sure
you know.
will. I will have to let you know about that because I'm just not sure.
Hey Lisa, welcome. Thanks for watching. Lashane. Yes, I love that ribbon too. All of that ribbon is really pretty.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, they have some really unusual ones. I'm waiting on a paisley ribbon now that I ordered the other day, and I cannot wait to get it. And everything that I've gotten, I have never been disappointed. So,
Okay, so you just wanted one loop of each color style on each side, right?
yes.
Okay, so this is a little bit of a different bow.
Yes, I wanted this one to be kind of different. So, y'all see the ones that we normally make, so I just kind of wanted this one to look a little different. I'm just trying to get these to be even here.
And so with the bow dabber, you just have to make sure you get your wires really, really tight. Yeah, Mary Jo, I'll show the ribbon again in just a minute.
Which?
The jelly ribbon.
The jelly? Oh, here it is. See? It's kind of a plastic ribbon, and this one again I did get at D. Stevens. And I was worried about how it was going to do in a bow, using it, you know, if it was going to be hard to work with, but it really is not. So I definitely recommend trying it, and it's kind of interesting looking. So I think you will enjoy using it.
All right, so you want the second one just like the first one?
No, I think I just want literally one loop of each color.
Long tail, same?
Yes. Yes.
I'll let you have that.
Thank you.
Yeah, Diane, this, thanks for sharing, Diane. I appreciate that. This ribbon came from D. Stevens. And their website, I think it's just dstevens.com.
I think it is too.
But I will check on that, and I will let you guys know in the comments when we get done exactly what the website is. And you said, no, you didn't want long tails? I missed that.
Yes, I do, but I don't want the loops, you know, as
Quite as
big.
big.
Yeah, I want them smaller.
Oh, great. Thanks, Deb, for posting the website. I appreciate that.
Oh, good. Yes.
It's very helpful.
Yes, it is.
I'm going to make them a little bit shorter. Is that all right?
Yes, yes, they do need to be a little shorter.
Okay, these tails for this one, I'm going to make about between 12 and 18, about 12 inches, really. So they're a little bit shorter than the last bow that I did.
I'm going to cut the black tail just a little bit shorter, I think, now that I've got it up
Yeah,
here.
maybe it might need to be a little shorter.
Yeah, now that I've got it up here, I think it does. I'm going to borrow your scissors.
Hey, Donna from Alabama. Thanks for joining us. We're from Alabama, too.
Yes, we are.
She stole my scissors.
I did, sorry.
I was like, where are my scissors?
There you go.
Okay, so some are saying that D. Stevens does require a tax ID. I'm sorry,
Okay.
we didn't remember if
just
they did or
yes,
not. We
'cause
ordered
I
from so
use
many
it,
places.
Yes, and I use my tax ID number, you know, all the time, so I didn't know if you could without it or not.
But thank you guys for finding that out for us.
Yes. My black loops are just a little, well, you're doing it different. Yeah, my black loops are just a little bit too big. I
You
think.
wanted them smaller than the others?
Yes, yes. But that's all right. I can just put some flowers in it or something. That'll work. I can make it work. There we go. Okay.
So if you guys are wreath makers, let us know in the comments what you are working on. If you're working on fall, or if you're still doing last minute summer wreaths. If you're working on Halloween. We've already started Christmas, Halloween.
Yes,
all that kind of stuff.
Yes, exactly.
Hey, Donna from Chilton County. We are in Chilton County too.
Yes, we are.
Small world. Oh yeah, Donna, that's just, Donna was saying this is the first time that she's noticed our ribbon stash behind us. Now that's just a small,
Yeah.
that's just a little
That's
ribbon
just
stash.
a small, yes, exactly.
Because when we say we have a ribbon stash, we have ribbon stashed everywhere.
Yeah, everywhere.
That's our ribbon
exactly.
stash. We're stashed everywhere.
Yes, we do. Now that's one thing I could really get in trouble buying ribbon because I am a ribbon fanatic and I like anything that is different. So
Yeah, the sign is just a, it is just a little, I
like
guess it's like a, it's not even wood.
no, it's like the card, not a heavy cardboard
Yeah.
type. It's from Craft Outlet.
But we just have it wired on there.
Yes, I just used my little what do you call it? The little jewelry thing that makes the holes. I can't think what you call it right now. Hole puncher.
The rivet thing? Or
Yeah,
what?
yes, the little, and I just used it and made my holes. So.
Yeah, Donna, we actually have a whole other studio. We actually have a whole house.
Yes, we
that
have a
stores,
whole house.
and it's our actual, we have 2 studios. This is the studio that we film in, and then we have another design studio, which is actually a whole house that we use to
Yeah.
store all of our flowers and ribbons and accents and all that kind of stuff in there. So.
Keeps wanting to turn. There we go.
Oh my goodness.
What happened?
I forgot my green ribbon.
Uh-oh.
See, that's what happens when I talk and try to make bows.
I know, it is.
So now I have to
that's
redo
a
it.
difficult thing anyway.
Because I forgot my green loops.
Yeah. Well, do them just a little smaller too, since you're redoing them. Just a hair, because that's gonna go here on the side, and I thought I was gonna have more room over here, and I don't. Okay.
Yeah, we'll have to do that, Donna, so we'll have to take you on a tour one day. The reason that we film over here and we have a different studio where we film, though, is because we don't have good Wi-Fi.
No.
We tried to do lives over there, and they just kept cutting out because
They did.
we're out in the country. Those of you that watch us regularly, you know that we are way out in the country.
Yes, we are. So we had to come up with another plan, and that's how we ended up over here filming.
All right, so I'm gonna do take 2 on this bow because I messed the other one up.
These roses are so pretty.
Is that about the size that you want that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I just wanted that one to be just a little smaller.
And those of you that are just joining us, thank you so much. We are just happy to have you guys here tonight with us, hanging out with us in the studio.
This wreath is trying to give me a fit.
Pam asked if we were both left-handed, and she said,
No.
and she said, I hope you're enjoying that new grandbaby.
Oh, my goodness, I am. He was over earlier today. My daughter brought him over here, and I had to keep their almost 3-year-old while they took him for his little checkup, and so I got to visit with him when they brought him back, and he is amazing.
But no, we're not both left-handed. I'm left-handed, she's right-handed.
Exactly.
And I know being left-handed, it always looks like I'm doing everything backwards. So sorry about that. If you're not a lefty, I'm sure it looks like I'm doing it backwards. Oh, Johnny Yoss said she's the only right-handed person in her house. Wow.
Oh, wow. So everybody in your family is a lefty. Wow.
So I'm just going to trim these up a little bit. Got them a little long. Hey Angie, thanks for joining us.
I hope you all can see well enough.
And Cecile said, hey ladies, love that bow. Well, thank you.
Thank you.
So here's the second one. So these bows are a little bit different than what we normally do, but I think they're kind of fun and a little bit funky and
I just kind of wanted something
whimsical.
a little different. So
yeah, Phyllis, I'm kind of the same way. She says she kind of uses both hands unless she's writing, then she uses her right hand.
Yes,
and I
she
do that.
always has,
like
even
if I'm
when she
playing
was little.
sports or anything like that, I usually use my right hand.
Yep.
But I write with my left hand and I eat with my left hand. Leanne, let's see. Leanne was asking how many do we teach when we teach our classes. How many students do we teach at one time? Well, our classes are done. We have a membership group where you can log in and you have a dashboard and you can watch all of our training videos. We probably have 30, 35 training videos at your convenience.
Right.
We also have a private Facebook group where you can ask questions, and we also go live in our private Facebook group and we do trainings in there as well. But the really good thing is we try to give our students really a lot of one-on-one attention. We're usually available. I know we've got several watching, and they can tell you we're always there to answer questions. Anytime you need help with making a wreath or some kind of help with selling your wreaths, we're there to answer any kind of questions that you have.
Yes.
So we try to be really, we don't necessarily do one-on-one coaching, but we do try to be really attentive and try to give everybody the attention that they need. And if they need any kind of help, we're there to answer any kind of questions.
Yes. Our goal is for you to succeed, so we do whatever it takes to help you.
All right, so I'm going to go ahead and put my sticks in my little pumpkins. These came from Hobby Lobby. They're really cute. They kind of have a little bit of the farmhouse feel, but they are fabric covered. So inside the fabric, or underneath the fabric, is a styrofoam. Okay, so what I'm going to do with the fabric, because it's going to be really hard to get my stems, and basically what I'm doing with the stems, I'm just using some discarded flower stems. You guys know we say save everything, or we save everything, and then we reuse it. So these are just some that were left over on a bush that we just cut off. Okay, so I'm going to use that to stick into the pumpkin. And what I'm going to do with the fabric is I'm just going to cut just a little just a little hole right there in the bottom of the pumpkin in the fabric, just so that I can get to that styrofoam so that I can stick my stem with the glue in it.
This is one of those wreaths that just wants to give you a fit.
Yeah. Alright, so I'm just going to dip my stem right in the glue pot. And then I'm just going to stick it right into that styrofoam. I hope I cut that enough. I might not have. Yeah. A little extra glue right around it. Okay, so I kind of just made my little pumpkin stem pick, I guess you could call it.
Yeah. Yeah. I just want to make sure I don't cover up my sign here. Okay. I want to make sure I can still see.
So I'm going to do 3 of these for this wreath. One of them I'd already made a little hole in, just to see if it would work, and it did. Yeah, basically, Donna, it's pumpkins on a stick. It sure is.
Yep, it is.
And that makes it really easy to get into the wreath. Kim is asking, if you decide that you don't like the placement of a stem, what do you do since it's already glued in? She's asking that question.
If it has hardened, if the glue has completely hardened, you can use your blow dryer and blow it until it loosens up and then pull it back out. And I mean, I remove them and put them back tons of times.
Yeah.
So if it's not already hardened, of course, you can just pull it out. But if it has, just use your blow dryer. That'll help it to loosen.
Yeah, and definitely, if you guys, you know, if you already have it glued in, don't feel like you have to, you know, like that's where it has to stay.
Live with it
because
there,
we
no.
put them in, take them out, put them in.
Yes,
You know, we do
do
that over and over again. So, and we have a hair dryer that we usually keep handy, and it's great for just loosening the glue so that you can get the flowers out. But also, if you make a mistake and like if you get glue on your ribbon or something, just use that hair dryer and put it right up against it, and it'll just melt that right away. So, a little tip.
Yep. Yes, we don't have, nothing goes out of this shop without having the hair dryer on it first, because it works so well.
And I think somebody was asking earlier about the jelly ribbon. We found out that D. Stevens, you do have to have a tax ID to shop there, but I know at one time that General Wholesale had it in stock, and you do not have to have a tax ID to get it there. So.
And I think that they've got now, if I'm not mistaken, I could be, but I think that D. Stevens only had the 2.5 inch, or they did. That's what they had when I was looking for it. And I believe that that General Wholesale has the 1.5 inch also, I believe. So
yeah.
Add just a few more of my little wildflowers around first. So in my bow.
And so if we do miss any comments, we'll come back and we'll answer any kind of
will.
questions that you guys have. And if you're watching the replay and you didn't get to catch us live, just pop your questions in the comments and we will answer those. So any kind of questions that you have about wreath making or selling your wreaths, we will answer those for you.
Yeah, we will do the best we can to answer all of them. Let's see. Just adding some pennies right now. I'm gonna add some.
Let's see. Denise was saying, where do y'all purchase the things that you put on wreaths? Well, Denise, we purchase from all over. A lot of times when we do lives, we try to get them, or we try to get supplies from places that we know that a lot of you guys can purchase. So a lot of times, most of this came from either Hobby Lobby or Michael's. Like she said, the sign came from Craft Outlet, www.craftoutlet.com. They have a great selection of ribbon, signs, accents, different kind of wreath accents and things like that. But we also, of course, order from different wholesale suppliers and things like that too. But
Yes.
you know, so we order from a lot of different places.
Yes, but like she said, we do try to use as much as we can. Occasionally I'll have something, you know, that I ordered, but most of the time we try to use stuff that we know that you can get.
Yeah.
And, you know, I had someone ask me recently about using greenery in fall wreaths, and, you know, I mean, if you look in nature, just because it's fall, they're still green. So I always still use greenery in my fall wreaths.
Yeah, and Samantha was asking how long that we have been making wreaths. So if you're new to our channel or you haven't watched us a whole lot, we started our wreath business. We started selling wreaths online back in 2007. So this is our 11th year making and selling wreaths online. We started out selling on eBay. You know, we've sold on Etsy, and then we got our own website, or we started our own website in 2007. And so we've been doing it for a while. Before that, many years ago, when before I was born. So
Yes.
she worked in a florist, so that's kind of where she kind of learned a lot of what you know, what she knows about the floral industry.
Yes.
But we actually started making wreaths in 2007.
Yes, and when we started selling, we strictly have sold online since 2007, and when we started selling, there was nowhere to go for help. You know, I mean, we basically learned it all by trial and error.
Yeah, we did. We started before it was like really a thing to sell wreaths, you know, and so everything that we have learned.
Yes, has been
Trial and error for sure.
Exactly. But I wouldn't trade any of it at all. It has been an amazing time, and we have just been so blessed.
Suzanne was asking if there are other stands that you can make wreaths on, and there are.
There are.
There are, you know, wooden stands that you can get, the large ones. You can also get the tabletop stands that you can use if that's more convenient for you, or, you know, if you would prefer that, you can get those. I think that you can even look on Etsy, and I think that there are some sellers that do make the tabletop stands. So those are pretty convenient too.
Yes, they are.
But now these stands, these are just florist stands that you can just get from your local florist. A lot of times they'll sell you the stands for really inexpensive, since they buy them in bulk. So, you know, you can always go to your local florist and just ask if they have any extra stands that they're willing to sell for, you know, to sell to you.
That's exactly what we do. We get ours from our local florist.
Yeah, because there's no need really for us to buy them in bulk. you know, from a
Right.
supplier. So we just go to the local florist and they sell them to us for really inexpensive.
Yes.
But yes, and you can use the tabletop art easels. You can get those from Hobby Lobby or Michael's.
Yes, you sure can. And I mean, you can get the wire framed ones like these at Michael's as well.
Yeah, I don't think they're quite that tall.
No, they're
they're
they're more for a tabletop, I think. Right now, I'm just filling in with the eucalyptus.
Phyllis said she got the tabletop stands off of eBay, and they don't work very well for her.
Yes,
So she's going to get her husband to make a floor.
A floor stand, yeah.
Yeah.
I think the floor stands just work so well because I can move it around. I can get it just where I need it to see, and so.
Let's see, and try to answer your, read your questions. Carolyn said, do you make a prototype of the wreath before you demonstrate online? I need to be able to think like you.
I get an idea, and like this afternoon, I came in and I put my, my big things how I wanted them, and I just kind of played with some of the flowers. I don't glue them in or do anything like that. I just kind of look at it and decide what I want. Now, I will tell you, 99% of the time, even after I do that, it ends up not looking anything like what I thought it was going to look like. So that's just the way it does when you're designing. I see something I like better, or need to put something somewhere else, and so it just kind of evolves like that. But I do, before we go live, I do kind of get an idea of how I want it to be. So I hope that helps.
Yeah. And now sometimes sometimes we have no idea at all. And we
No,
just come up here and
sometimes
it's like,
I have no idea. That's right. If we're running behind or, have had a really busy day, I mean, sometimes you're seeing me literally like I would do.
design on the fly.
Yes, exactly.
And Joy says she does the same.
Yeah, it helps to kind of have a little bit of an idea. And I'll turn it this way just briefly so that I can see what I need.
Did you want to show them up close? So you can see?
Yeah. Here's where I'm at so far. Let's see. Let me make sure I'm holding it like it needs to be.
Yeah, so like we said earlier, we just used an 18-inch grapevine. We wired on the pumpkin. We just used wire, and I showed you guys how to put the sticks in the stems of the pumpkins. We wired the sign on, so we already had that kind of done for you guys.
Yeah.
But I think it's a really fun, whimsical wreath.
Yes, it's not your typical fall pumpkin wreath, but that's what I was wanting, something a little different. So I think it's
So who's excited for fall? You guys know, if you've watched us before, that I love fall. It's my favorite time of the year. My birthday's in October. My little girl's birthday's in October. My husband's birthday's in October. So we love fall.
Yes, and
So
I'm a summer
excited.
person, but although there's a lot of good things that happen in the fall, I'm still a summer person. But that's okay.
Let's see. Hey, Matthew, we haven't seen you in a while.
I hope you're doing all right, Matthew.
Yeah, Elaine was asking if we ever use a Pro Bow, and we do sometimes. It's actually over here beside me right now. It's in the box over here. We just, you know, like we said, when we started making wreaths 11 years ago, we started using the bow dabber, so it's just kind of what we do.
It's what we do.
Yeah. You know, but we do sometimes use the Pro Bow. We sure do.
I'm just filling in some places.
Yeah, we don't always attach the hangers to the back, but a lot of times we do. And when we do, we just use the covered wire, the brown covered wire, and we just.
I think I've got some like this, and you can get it in a roll at Hobby Lobby or Michael's.
Yeah, and we just make a loop, you know, and just tie it around and just attach it to the back. We make sure that it's centered, you know, so that so it hangs right on the door when the customer gets it.
Yes. Because I tell you, the truth is, if you don't, chances are you will get a picture from the customer of the wreath and it will be upside down.
Or sideways.
Or sideways. Or, you know, because we have had that. So, yes, we always try to put the hanger.
It helps.
Yes, it does.
If we can, it helps.
Yes.
And for those of you that are just joining us or are new to our channel, I'm Amanda. This is my mom, Sherry. We are wreath designers at Grace Monroe Home, where we make the ordinary front door extraordinary, and we know that you can too.
Yes, you can. I had somebody on my Facebook page say the other day, oh, I could never do that. And you can. You can do it. Yeah. Believe me.
And those of you that have shared this, thank you guys so much. It really helps us out. That is the greatest way that you guys can show your support for us. The way that Facebook is, you know, the Facebook algorithm is now, sharing is the best way that, you know, people can see us. So when you do that, it really shows that you guys support us, and we really thank you for that.
Yes, we do. And if you haven't liked and followed us, make sure to go to Grace Monroe Home. If you'd like to watch us in our lives, just go to Grace Monroe Home and make sure to like and follow us. And right now I'm just rolling my tails up. I don't want to cover up my pumpkin, but now we do, as we've said before, we do go ahead and dovetail the ends so that the customer can actually decide how they want them when they get it. Because some like them rolled and some do not.
Matthew said congrats on the new grandbaby.
Thank you, Matthew. He's a doll. Hudson Drake is his name.
Yeah, and he's the first boy, because I have two girls.
Boy.
My sister has a girl, and then now the little boy. So we don't know what to do with a boy.
No,
We have to get used to it.
Yes, and as I'm sure any of you with grandsons or sons, he has already christened me. So I get I'm sure know what that means. So yes, because I had no idea what to do with a little boy. But he is precious. We are just thanking God for him. He is a blessing. And of course he was up all night last night, so hopefully he'll get a little sleep tonight.
Yeah, so I'm just making some bows for some orders that we have. There's some simple bows.
I'm just trying to get this where I want it, because it is not wanting to cooperate.
Shandy said 2 boys, and she knows exactly what you mean.
I'm sure. Yes, I thought I was going to be smart and change him at the hospital. I'm like, oh, I can do this. You know, well, he proved, Gigi, that I need some practice.
Yeah, I'm sure I'm next.
Yep, you are. Trust me.
I don't know how to change a little boy. I only know little girls.
Yes, it's a whole new thing. But it's fun learning.
And Bonnie said she's had 3 boys. Fun.
Oh, yeah. Well, they are fun, and he is just precious. We are already in love. He's a doll.
Hey, Fonda, thanks for joining us tonight.
One more. Right here. Let's do yellow.
And Janet says she's got all sons and grandsons.
Yep. She and I have talked about that before, so yep. Well, I have a feeling this little guy's going to be rotten.
Yeah, I'm
Being
sure.
the only boy. I just have a feeling about that. Okay. Let me push it back just to make sure I've got...
Yeah, and Matthew said his advice is you have to hold something over him like the diaper before he wets you.
Well, yes, that's exactly what the nurse told me as
learned
she
that the hard
walked
way.
in as I was getting christened. Yeah. And she said, oh, you got to keep a diaper. Well, I learned. That will be something I'm sure he'll get a kick out of knowing one day. He got me good. Okay, like I always say, I may play with it and add some things here or there, but here's the basic wreath.
Step back just a little.
Can you
Just a
see?
little. Yeah.
Yep.
So it's just kind of a different,
Just a different
take on a fall wreath. I like it.
Yes.
Thanks for sharing, you guys. Appreciate
Yes,
that.
we appreciate it. And make sure, like we said earlier, if you have any questions, just put them in the comments, and we always try to go back and answer any questions that people have. So, because like we were talking about earlier, when Amanda and I started in 2007, there was nobody to ask any questions of, and I always had a lot of them, but we had to learn the hard way, so we want to help anybody that we can.
Yeah, that's what we usually say. We pretty much done everything the wrong way.
Exactly.
At some point or another, so we've learned the right way.
Yes, we definitely have.
But that's what, it's trial and error.
I used
that's
to
how you
tell
learn,
everybody
right?
that I learn everything the hard way, and that, believe me, this was no exception.
Yes, Suzanne, you're probably right. It probably will end up on my door.
Oh my goodness, probably.
Because I might claim this one. I need a fall wreath. I've still got my summer wreath up, so it's about time for a new fall.
Yeah, well.
That's a good transition wreath, too.
Yeah, and that was one thing I was thinking about. It really is a good transition wreath. So, before you get your Thanksgiving or Christmas one out. So, it is good. Uh-oh, Connie said she's had showers from all 5. Did you see that? That's cute. Yep. Oh, and Elaine from Guam. Well, welcome, Elaine. Thank you for joining us.
You know what? You forgot the pumpkins. I worked so
I haven't
hard.
even put the pumpkins in. See?
I
I get
worked
to
so hard
talking
to
about
put
the
these stems
grandson,
in
and
there.
I forgot my pumpkins. Okay.
Got our little pumpkins.
Yes, let me add my pumpkins.
Yeah, Bonnie, it will. It'll look great on my door. It will match perfectly.
Yeah,
on
it
my
really
front door.
would, but, yeah. That's usually what happens.
Yeah. Yeah, Debbie, that's what we just said. We forgot our pumpkins.
Yep. Let's see. I'm going to over just a little bit. I'm glad you thought about it.
I just happened to see them
I
laying
would,
there.
yes, I would have been upset if I had realized that I had forgotten them.
Let's see. Shandy says she's from Scotland and should be sleeping right now, but this is just way too interesting.
Oh,
well, thank you for watching all the way from Scotland.
Yes.
Make sure you guys follow and like our page so that you can get notifications when we do go live and we make our wreaths on here.
Yes.
Because we love it when you guys are watching with us, because it's no fun if nobody's on watching us.
No, it's not.
So we definitely want you guys to watch.
Yes.
Yeah, several are wondered about the pumpkins. Like,
well,
that's what happens when we get distracted and start talking.
yes. Yes, it is. And any of you ladies that are my age, you probably understand that anyway, that I have to be reminded of things. And it makes a difference, doesn't it?
Yeah, it kind of ties it all together.
Yeah, definitely.
And so if you guys haven't been, you know, to Hobby Lobby and Michael's lately, they have some really interesting new fall things.
They really do.
They're, you know, different than any other season, and they're just kind of really fun.
Yes. Now that made a difference, didn't it?
All right, Mary Jo says perfect.
Yeah.
Matthew, those pumpkins came from Hobby Lobby.
Yes, the big one and the little ones.
Actually, the little ones, this is the bag they came in, so they came with some plain white ones too, which will look good in a like a rustic farmhouse style.
Exactly. We just didn't want to use it in this one, but yeah.
Yeah, and Bonnie said it really adds to it.
It does. It sure does.
Shandy says stunning.
So thank you all for reminding us
to
put them in. I can't believe we almost forgot those, but I'm glad we didn't.
All right,
and I love these. And again, we do want to remind you that if you do want to learn how to make the designer wreaths, we do step by step. Not quite what we do in our lives. We go more in depth and do step by step. And we do, you know, a couple of new designs every month, as well as the tutorials on learning how to sell your wreaths. So if that's something you're interested in, we would love to have you join us, and Amanda will be putting the link.
Yeah, I've got the link pinned.
She's got the link pinned.
So if you guys want to check that out, and if you have questions about our Design with the Pros Club, feel free to message us on our page, and we'll be happy to answer any kind of questions that you guys have. The sign says
Happy Fall.
Happy Fall.
Happy Fall. I loved it because it's just different. You know, it's just not your typical pumpkins and that kind of thing. So I really loved it.
Yep, I like it too. Yes. It might just end up on my door. So we'll see.
It's in Guam. It's 9:55 in the morning on a Wednesday. Wow. I didn't have any idea what the time difference was.
Pretty interesting.
Yes,
and if you guys that are not able to watch this live and are watching the replay, we are just so thankful that you guys are watching. And
You're not,
feel free to ask us any questions in the comments, because we'll be coming back over the next few days answering any kind of questions that you guys have about, you know, making wreaths, or even about selling wreaths, because we do also in our Design with the Pros Club teach you how to sell your wreaths online. Like we said, we've been doing it, we've had our online website for 11 years now.
Yes.
So we've kind of been through it all, and we kind of know the ropes at this point. But also, you know, you guys feel free to check out our page and our YouTube channel, because we have lots of other tutorials that you guys, we've got Christmas wreaths, fall wreaths, Halloween wreaths, all kinds of wreaths that you guys can watch us make.
In Scotland, it's 1 a.m.
Wow, so we've got people from all over the world watching tonight.
Well, now you can go to bed.
Yeah.
You've seen it, and now you can go get some rest. 1 a.m.
Yeah, go to sleep.
Hey, I appreciate you watching. Yeah. I'm not so sure I'd have been watching myself at 1 a.m.
Except last night I would have, because
she was up all night. Yeah,
I could not sleep last night. I don't know what was going on. I was up all night. Don't you hate those nights when you just cannot sleep?
Yes.
And last night was one of those nights.
Sue, Sarah, Joyce, thank you all. And I saw that Bonnie said it was pretty. Thank you, thank you.
Yes, and we're just so blessed to have all of you guys
Yes,
watching.
we
Thank
are.
you so much.
That
You're
just
so good
means
to
so
us.
much to us. It really does.
And we will be back on our Facebook page live in the next few days. We'll be on vacation next week, but we will be live next Monday night, so be sure to catch us then also.
Yes, and we
we
may have
we
something
may have some
good.
special,
Special.
surprises Monday night. So make sure you guys watch, and then we'll be
Yep.
on vacation. We're going to take a family beach trip, so that should be fun.
That's going to be fun. All of us together. And the girls are all so excited. So, yep, we're ready for that vacation.
All right, guys. Good night. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you guys very, very soon.
Good night.
Bye.